Welcome to The Painful Truth by Abby Moldenhauer, diving deep into uncomfortable topics that help us grow as a human. Are you ready? Let's go.
You know, we can all get to heaven on earth. And I didn't know what that meant for a really long time. But really what heaven on earth is what God intended for us, where He intended us for us to live, and how He intended us to live. Our world is not supposed to be full of, hate, anger, torture, pain, jealousy, negative ego. It's not meant to be full of those things. The world is meant to be, it's not even meant to have drought. It's not meant to have, floods. And this world is meant to be luscious, full of greenery and full of luscious plants around and beautiful blue skies, and never hurting or wanting for water or for food, and not having to count on animal protein or animal bodies or animals for protein for our bodies. I don't believe our God intended that. I think that and I know a lot of you Christians are going to really not like this, but I believe that is one of the things that was changed in the Bible, because I know what it says in the Bible about eating animals and fish, but there's no way in heaven or heaven on earth that my God that I know intended us to even kill one animal. Because they say, in a humane way. Well, tell me, what is a humane way to kill an animal? What? There isn't. There isn't one way to humanely kill anything. Period. And if you're trying to get to heaven on earth, you can't be eating meat. Okay? Getting to heaven on earth means lifting our frequency, raising our vibration, ascending into a higher dimension. It's a lot to get there. It takes self-reflection. It takes a lot of awareness. And you can better believe, if you're someone who eats animals, if you're someone who doesn't believe, or if you're, let me say it this way, if you're someone who calls the truth seekers conspiracy theorists, if you're someone who can't wait to go buy that newest pair of jeans, if you're someone like that, you will never get to heaven on earth. You're gonna have to put all of that aside and start serving God. And doing that takes a lot. But it should be kind of easy for people. Okay? Because serving God is like helping your neighbor. Jealousy aside, and understanding that there's enough for everybody to enjoy, to prosper. Getting to heaven on earth means that you're going to work for humanity and work for the voiceless. And the voiceless is kind of a large category when you break it down. It's our kids. It's the disabled. It's the animals. It's like all these living entities that don't really have a voice. We need to be their voice. And And change only happens when you stick up for your own value, for your own values. Like, you have to really ask yourself, what are your personal values? Because, for a long time, I was okay. And when I say a long time, I mean over 20 years. I was okay with being a vegetarian and going places and just, going to, dinners or whatever, and just finding what I could eat, whether it be just like mashed potatoes and a roll. Like, I came prepared for that. I never intended anybody to cater to me in any way. I never, hassled anybody about being vegetarian or not eating meat. Interestingly enough, they hassle me. And just now, the last couple dinner parties we had, I started giving it right back. I'm tired of, in fact, I'm not going to any more family meetings for a while, or dinners or whatever. I have to kind of remove myself from that, because if I was to do that to them, I would be looked at this terrible person that was out of control. But when they do it to me, it's perfectly fine, it's funny, ha ha ha, and I'm supposed to just take it. Well, not anymore. But I gave it back to him that night, but I'm just not going to put myself in the position to need to do that again, if you hear what I'm saying. But what I'm also saying is, I'm not going to be quiet about it anymore. And same with my fitness business. For a long time, with the meal plans and everything, I would have both, like the meat side and like the meat protein side and the plant-based protein side. I just can't anymore. I have to be true to myself. I have to be authentic to myself. And I hate to say that it took 40 years or that it took my age to get there, but it took a lot of reflection, a lot of self-work, a lot of work to find the bravery and the boldness to come out and be like, enough is enough. I don't believe in eating meat. I don't believe in eating animal meat, animal protein, animal meat for protein. I don't believe our God intended it to be that way. But I kind of got off on a rant on that, I think. But the whole, idea of this video is getting to heaven on earth, and how we can do that, and how we can help each other, because it is about uniting also. And I find that hard personally for myself. And I think it is because I see the world in a very different way than most people. I see the world in a very in-depth manner, in a lot of different layers. And it's almost like I can step myself into these layers or these different situations, and I can literally take on the exact feeling in the exact moment as if I was there. And that's why it's very hard for me emotionally. I always just considered myself to be an empath, but I think it's a little bit more beyond that. It's important to stay true to yourself, to know what your personal values are, so that then you can start to really value that and really become authentic to yourself and true to yourself. And I tell you what, when you're able to do that, it's like so freeing. So I encourage you to work on reflection. Even if that means taking 5 minutes and just sitting there and just closing your eyes and just feeling, like thinking about how you feel in that moment. Thinking about what you're thinking about. All right, we'll see you soon.